Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? You can call me Tatenda. I am a man that is aged 38 years old now. I was born and raised in Budiriro in Harare. Currently, I am living here in Greystone Park. I have a house here, but the first place where I bought my house, it was in Borodale. I cannot live there anymore. And I do not want to put people there because of the things that happen at that house. I once had tenants that I had put at my house in Borodale, but they would wake up sleeping outside. I mean, like the whole furniture would be moved by a ghost of a woman that I killed and buried. So she would move everything out. After I would have gotten tenants, when they would have paid the rent, the deposit, most of these were people that were wealthy. Some of them, they would have returned back from America and they would just want a place to stay. When they would wake up, they would find themselves sleeping on the lawn, like the whole bed outside, the whole furniture. And I stopped putting people there because I do not want my house to become famous. People saying that there is a ghost there. So it is a well-maintained house. You can even think that there are people that stay there, but no, there is a snake that stays there. So this snake, it is the one that I can communicate with, but it is the spirit of the woman that I got killed and we buried her. So what happened, Brother Nashi, for me to be where I am right now, it is because I did some rituals which I thought did not mean anything. And I am writing this because I am scared. I don't sleep well anymore. I am always with a prostitute. Even if I do not end up sleeping with that prostitute, I will just want to be with someone throughout the night, because there are things that do come to me late at night wanting us to speak because they want blood. So my story started when I left my country and went to South Africa. At that time when I went to South Africa, there was this other LG home theater system. It had those other type of speakers that were champagne shaped, like a champagne glass. I don't know if your people know about them. So that is the LG home theater system that I had seen at Game, and I wanted one. So me and my friends, we were working as security guards, and we used to give each other money at the end of the month. It's not like we were earning a lot of money, but we will just sacrifice, and we asked each other what we wanted to do with the money. As for me, I always wanted that LG home theater system. I wanted to bring it back to Zim. My other friend said that he wanted to open up a small internet cafe, so he also bought an LG computer at Game. And when I saw that I was unable to afford it because it was a lot of money that was needed, I said, what else can I do? Then I was drinking beer at that time. There was this other lady that I used to speak with. She was going to a prophetic church, but a South African one. So she told me that it is a good thing for a man to speak with his ancestors. Otherwise, your life can never go according to plan. She encouraged me to visit a Sangoma when I told her that things in my life, they were not going like the way that I wanted them to be. And when I went to a Sangoma, I spoke with him, and this Sangoma then asked me what is it exactly that I wanted. And I told her that the Indian man that we were working for, he was not giving us a lot of money. It was just that we could get something to eat, but the money was not worth it, with the risk of looking after rich Indians as a security without even a weapon, nothing. They had given us some whistles, and they had said that if you see a thief, then you will whistle and we will wake up. They refused even to buy phones for us. So she said she was going to assist me. She even asked me what exactly I wanted. I said, even if I can get money, I want to go to Game so that I can buy an LG home theater system, and I want it before December so that I can take it with me back to Zim. She said, okay, it is fine. I'm going to give you something. As she was nodding, she gave me a tiny bottle of oil, maybe 5 milliliters, and told me, and she said, rub your palms at midnight for 3 nights. Say your wish clearly. Once you receive it, then you must come back and give me the money. And she even told me that I was supposed to throw away that bottle in a place that was far from the place where I was staying, and I was not supposed to walk past that place within 1 month. So I took it. I followed her instructions. I was working on a night shift at that time. I would rub it when I would be at work at midnight, and I would repeat that I want good luck, I want good luck, I want to buy that LG home theater system that I saw at Game. I do not want people to think that I just wasted money. 2 weeks later, that was when I received a call from this other man who was a policeman. So he told me that he wanted me to come and do some bricks at his house, those cement blocks. I went there, Brother Nash. I worked like I was a donkey. I did not rest throughout the day. Then the following day, I had finished all the bags of cement as I was making those cement blocks. That man, he paid me nicely with the money that the guys that I was working with had given to me. Then I was able to buy that home theater system, went to Game. I was so excited, and I bought it, and I returned with it to the location. 2 weeks later, I called my cousin and I shouted at him and I said, I am coming with that sound system. I am coming with it. I returned back to Zim, and Brother Nashi, the way that I used to make so much noise playing that home theater system when I had returned back home like never before. I then returned back to South Africa. That woman, she had told me that the lucky charm was going to give me a job, but no, it did not happen. I could not get a job even if I would try, no matter how much, but it was not working. People around me, like they were rising in life, but I was stuck like I was a man that was cursed. I then just threw that bottle away. I did not even care for the fact that she had said at the place where I was supposed to throw it away, I was not supposed to be in that area or to walk past that place for about 1 month, but I did not care. One day when I was going to a piece job, I just threw it by the side of the road in the same street where I was staying. Then I returned back home after I had hustled for a very long time. It was in 2017 when I came back to Zim, and I then went to Mazowe, where my grandfather's rural home is. I was broke, I was defeated, and I just wanted a new life. It was on a Thursday afternoon. I went to the bushes. I had been speaking with this other guy who told me that he was working as an illegal gold miner. He wanted to take me to the river so that we can mine for the gold. And then as I was busy looking for some guavas so that we can take them with us to the place where illegal gold miners were so that we can start working, that was when I saw something strange that was near an anthill. There was a blue lunchbox. It was a big one, like those ice cream lunchboxes, but it was sealed. I opened it up and I saw that inside there was gold. Like, I did not know that it was 1 kilogram of gold. I then thought and I said, so what am I supposed to do with this? If my friend sees that there is gold here that I have found, then it means that we are supposed to share, me and my friend. Brother Nashi, I started digging in that anthill using my own hands. Quietly, I did not want to alert my friend, and he was not going to approach me, for I had told him that I was busy relieving myself. And when I had opened a big enough hole in that anthill, I then placed that lunchbox with the gold inside there, and I closed it with a stone. I then told my friend that I had too much diarrhea. I was unable to continue with the journey. When he was gone, I rushed back to that anthill, and I then took that lunchbox that was full of gold. I wanted to tell my father about this, but I said, let me do this on my own. So there was this other uncle of mine whom I knew. I told him that I had found some gold we went and we sold the gold. The money that we were given, it was not quite a lot, but I was thankful. From there, everything changed. I started a business. My uncle as well started a business. Then another, money started flowing in, and I was going to Mozambique, buying some stuff and reselling them in Zim, as well as buying and selling of cars. I dated women that I never dreamed would look my way, and then I bought my house in Borodale. So something is wrong, Brother Nash, to tell you the truth, because after I had made money, I would have maybe like 10,000 US dollars today. Then tomorrow that money would have disappeared. I then went to another traditional healer because I wanted to know who was taking my money. That was when I was told that there was a ritual that was supposed to be performed. I was supposed to bury a woman, a stranger, in the forest. A spirit was the one that was going to protect my wealth. I did that, Brother Nashi. I cannot tell you the whole details, but it was done in a forest somewhere. We went and we dumped her lifeless body, and that woman is the one that is chasing everyone out of that house that I bought in Borodale. And there are other things. There is a monitor lizard as well as a snake. This monitor lizard, it is the size of a dog, and it wants blood. I really do not know what am I supposed to give to this snake and the monitor lizard so that I can be free, I can be at peace. I can't sleep at night. I just take my chair and I take a blanket and I just sit in the chair watching TV throughout the night. The electricity at my house, it can just be switched off. When I look, I won't even see who would have switched off the electricity. The CCTV footage does not even show anything, even though the dogs can be barking throughout the night. What I want, like currently, is peace of mind. But this other traditional healer told me that I am supposed to return back to South Africa to speak with that Sangoma. I spoke with one of my other friend, and he told me that he left that province a very long time ago. After all these years, I don't think that I will be able to find that bottle that contained the lucky oil if I will ever return back to South Africa. I just want to warn other people out there never to trust any charm that is given to you and you are told that this charm, it is a good charm, it will just give you good luck, because if you mess up, you will suffer. All the money that you would have made, it won't mean anything at all. It is not an easy life going out there just to pick a prostitute that you do not care about so that at least you can spend the night with that woman that you do not even know and you do not love. You will be afraid to spend the night alone. That is my own dilemma. Post my own story, but I do not want advice where people will say, how about you pray? Because I know that prayer won't change my situation. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother right there. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.